finally shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
And welcome to my watch party for The Man of Steel. This is in celebration of Netflix picking up the Snyder movies over at their platform, and of course, this is our chance to show uh, our chance to show the Man of Steel, our Superman, Henry Cavill. So this stars Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Lawrence Fishburne, Jesse Eisenberg, and General Zod, Michael Shannon. Yep. And let's see the chat. Hello, Brogu. Hello, everyone. Uh, Thanks, Brogu, for supporting the channel. And yep, we'll start our watch along. Let's set uh, the movie on zero. So let's subscribe to Netflix. So in my case, VPN ready. So you know, later game, and we have the WB logo, and legendary pictures. Uh, Thank you last night for watching my Watchmen watch along, and honestly, YouTube muted about uh, 12 minutes of my stream for copyright reasons. Stuff. So we have Lara delivering a baby. The actress is, of course, Ayelet Zur. Russell Crowe as Jor-El. This will be fun. This was the first movie uh, in the DCEU directed by Zack Snyder, written by David Goyer. So we have Krypton. Yes, she is. She is, man. Ayelet Zur is an Israeli actress, much like Gal Gadot. So we're in the part where General Zod is committing his coup d'état. Whoa, this is madness. Where did I hear that dialogue before? Zod wants a selected bloodline. General Zod is ruthless. He shot the old woman like it was nothing. Yes, he is ruthless. And yes, he is ruthless. So we see Jor-El as a fighter, uh, in spite of him being the chief scientist. That's Kalor. The setting of Krypton is really awesome. This is harsh, a harsh atmosphere, and not the ice covered setting that Superman 78 had for Krypton. You can see the general really respects Superman's father. You can tell by the way he just talks to him. That's true. That's true. Zod respects Jor-El. I think they were friends once. So, what is this creature called? Can't remember. He does look like uh, the character in Rebel Moon, right? So we see the birthing matrix of the Kryptonians. He got the codex. So the codex is needed since the birthing matrix that the Kryptonians have is sort of like AI power, powered by artificial intelligence, and they are not they haven't used the natural birth. Kal-El was the first in years to be born naturally. This Krypton scene is so awesome. So different from what has been done before. Haraka. So the creature's name is Haraka. Yes, 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 yes. They use the codex to practically make babies. So we have Paul in the chat. He said this is the best Krypton in cinema. And hello, Brogo greets Paul. Yes, hello, sirs. Thank you for joining the chat. Thank you for watching uh, the stream. I finally found a way for to get past the copyright rule of YouTube. Sure, Paul. Sure, Paul. We'll do collab. Just tell me when you're free, and we'll do a collab. So this is how the codex was embedded inside Kal-El's very blood. And look who we got here. Sin Havoc in the house. Yep, we engage directly with Netflix. Yep. Michael Shannon is a mean Zod. Jor-El is can really take what Zod can do. Imagine a scientist versus a general. Michael Shannon did a good work as General Zod. It's more he's more ruthless compared to the Zod from Superman 78. Zod is really ruthless as he stabs Jor-El without hesitation. I mean, like, whoa. Yeah, of course, Terrence Stamp has is the kneel before Zod template. So, did you notice that the red sun is shining over Krypton? I will find him. Timestamp is almost 17 minutes. You do notice the shape of those ice things. This is how those comic art looks like without the comic code. Amazing CGI, amazing effects. The the CGI seems almost seamless. Notice that Krypton explodes after Zod and company has been banished to the Phantom Zone. Definitely, Brogu. The ships are pretty cool. Superman's origin is timeless. The imagery is so timeless. Notice that Kal-El's ship is retrofitted with a hyper engine that can cross that can do warp speed. Timestamp is 20 minutes, and we change scene. We shift scenes at uh, the fishing boat, the fishing ship. Sin Havoc says Man of Steel came out 10 years ago and still hasn't been matched. Yeah, uh, I guess James Gunn will try very hard to match this with his comedic Superman take. Superman's arrival, if you look at it, can be biblical in origin. Yes, it reflects the Jewish writers who created Superman, the story of Moses. I first watched this Man of Steel in movie theaters uh, in 2013, and I have been watching it almost monthly, yearly. After that, it's been 10 years. In my opinion, this is the best Superman origin movie of all time. It's more the real, the realistic take that Zack and company made. It's really awe-inspiring. I think this is due to the fact that Christopher Nolan is attached to this movie. Yep. Flashback time. This is young Clark Kent being disrupted by his super senses. Timestamp is 23 minutes, 14 seconds. So this is my second watch along for Man of Steel this week. Leave me alone. This is how an unrestrained Superman sees us when his powers are sort of going wild. The very first the Reeve Superman was ahead of his time too. You would believe a man could fly out is its slogan after all. More than Moses finding in Superman 78, Jor-El saw the Earthlings as the capacity for good when he sent his only son. Yeah. And Son Goku's arrival on Earth. Yes, true. So Goku was inspired by Superman. Look, it's yeah. Superman is Superman. Is Pete Ross is a, 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 a a jerk this time around. This was before he became Superman's best friend. The scene is directly taken from, sh- shall I say it, Smallville, when Luthor crashed in with Clark on the bridge. You get the feeling that everyone on the bus uh, knows Clark's secret, right? Timestamp is going 28 minutes. We see young Lana over when Clark saves Pete Ross. Excuse me. This is Kevin Costner as Jonathan Kent is pure genius. Now Clark and his dad are having the talk. You see Clark's values here that he won't let uh, anyone die because he can help them overcome those problems. This is how he was raised. Someone is disturbing my place here. What are you doing? Hey, everybody, meet Molly. He's disturbing my watch along. She's disturbing my watch along. His father and mother were right to hide his powers. If people knew what he could do, the government would come and try to take him the next day. Uh, Betas are downplaying that aspect of the story, making somehow they don't believe that the government can do that. So Clark saw his ship for the first time. You were sent here for a reason. That narrative is time immemorial from Superman 78 to Man of Steel. Even the TV Supermans have that sentiments. Timestamp is 32 minutes. So Jonathan Kent said to Clark to find the reason, even if it takes him all his life. His core values is from Jonathan and Martha Kent. That's for sure. Yeah, Molly's kind of jerking around here somewhere. So we're in the trucker scene where the betas are always debating whether Clark did the right thing here. In my opinion, this Henry's portrayal of Clark is more so, has more self control than others since Oh, did you see how the trucker pushed him and he didn't even flinch? Patience, my son. He's more. Imagine throwing a can of something at your back, and now when the trucker went out, boom, payback. Serves him right, dude. He's a bully. Clark has been searching for something all his adult life, and he's up north, meeting Lois Lane for the first time. 'Joe' is Clark's alias. Amy Adams' portrayal of Lois Lane is one of the most realistic portrayal I have seen. She isn't even a chain smoker like Margot Kidder's Lois Lane. She's not lovesick like Noel Neal's Lois Lane. 20,000-year-old eyes, alien in nature. 36 minutes and 20 seconds is our timestamp. What if I need to tinkle? There's a bucket in the corner. She she's treated just like a man. She saw Clark walking, and somehow she's curious on how someone can go up in the cold without the parka. The music of Hans Zimmer is so on the dot. It really makes the movie more exciting. and more modern at the same time. So this is the first time Clark saw his the hologram of his dad, Jor-El. I've been wondering who the people in the capsules are. I mean, 20,000 years, and someone has been out of the ship. It could be Carazorel or what. The scout ship has been there for years, centuries even. It probably crashed there when Antarctica was the Arctic was not that frozen. I can't believe that this movie was done in 2013, even earlier. Another issue that the betas keep debating us over is the color template of the film. They probably are used to the bright bright colors that makes them a target, yada yada yada. So it for over 18,000 years. How many centuries is that, right? The Kryptonians are an ancient race, considering. Amy Adams as Lois Lane sure has balls. Timestamp is 44 minutes. So this is the first time that Clark will don the suit. And of course, the first time he talks to his AI, hologram father. I'm your father, Cal, or at least a shadow of him. The technology that the Kryptonian has is so amazing and both amazing and terrifying for the common man. Where and why are the question asked. The gravity of Krypton is much heavier than that of the Earth. At least that's what was originally written by Joe Shutter, the writer and artist Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel. Yes, 180 centuries for 180,000 years. Whoa, 180. So was the coup plot of General Zod good or bad? People will often debate about those kind of stuff, even in real life. They program their children through the birthing matrix on what uh, they are, taking away the choice. But Jor-El wants to return the choice to the individual. Krypton's first natural birth in centuries. The philosophical implication of Man of Steel is outstanding. You embody the best of both worlds. So growing up on Earth is a benefit, not a curse. So, Superman has always been a symbol of hope. The symbol of the House of L means hope. So, there's a potential in everybody to be a force of good. In theology, before the fall, we were all created for good, actually. Yet uh, the fall happened. This is Superman's first flight. Hans Zimmer has really captured the moment really good with his background music. Keep testing your limits. That is what we should do in life. Overcoming our limits. He's just leaping like a grasshopper, much like the original concept of Superman in the 1930s. And we see Henry Cavill laughing, making all those haters eat their words. That Superman, that Henry Cavill never smiles. You see here, he's smiling. He's so excited with himself. Timestamp is almost 51 minutes. They will stumble, they will fall, but in time, they will join you in the sand, in the sun. Yes, in time, you will help them accomplish wonders. Inspirational, the dialogue, inspirational. I'm having goosebumps here by just watching this first flight scene. We see him flying, and this is the scene where we practically believe a man can fly. Sonic boom, amazing. The CGI effects are amazing. It's ahead of its time. Can't believe this was 2013. Yep, this is a great scene. This scene is how Lois tracked down Clark. She's a great reporter, investigative journalist, and she saw Pete Ross working at the IHOP. I love the sonic boom too, man. It's really great. So we see Lois in the Kent form with Dusty, his one of his pet dogs. I first saw Dusty in Superman for All Seasons. Lois Lane practically uh, turned stones, turned rock and stones to find Superman. Superman's values, he always helps people. So it's hard for him to hide because of technology. He can be seen anywhere. So we have a flashback scene here. Clark is being a dick here. It's hard for foster parents uh, to have standards when you tell your kids that they're adopted. And this is how Jonathan Kent becomes a hero. People debate whether it was a good idea for Jonathan to return to rescue the dog, but somehow this is what teaches Clark his life lesson. Jonathan got trapped in the door. Clark could have just swooped in the air, but Jonathan stopped him. He didn't like the idea of Clark exposing himself during this time. But after this terrible moment, Clark realized that he needs to do something. Timestamp is almost 58 minutes. Lawrence Fishburne did a great job portraying Perry White. Uh, Perry's reason for blocking the story is logical because once people learn of the existence of aliens, well, imagine the panic. You notice the LexCorp bus that passed through the Kent farm. Uh, this is Clark coming home. So we're in the almost 1 hour moment of the film, and it's getting exciting. And he hasn't been doing anything in costume for about since learning to fly. This is how good Zack is. This is how good Christopher Nolan is. Those filmmakers make exciting interest for people. So we're almost in the 1 hour and 1 minute mark. Do you remember Marvel's Supreme Power? That's the closest they ever wrote Hyperion to be this Superman. So we have General Swanwick for the first time, Professor Emil Hamilton. Man of Steel is more sci-fi than anything else. Uh, it reminded me of somehow Battle Los Angeles. This scene is terrifying. Imagine for the first time seeing a UFO. Clark drinking a beer and watching the game, oblivious to what's happening. Imagine power cutting off, but your TV is still running. This is almost like a horror movie. You're not alone. It's scary that the Kryptonians know the languages of Earth. So this is the second time Clark learns of Kryptonians aside from himself. Since Zod is militaristic, uh, he considers everything as has an agenda. The way they communicated to the Earth is kind of chilling. Sounds like a kidnapper asking for a ransom. Sounds very eerie to me. That's true, Brogu. That's true. And it's amazing how they know our language. This is how Lois was exposed to have contact with Superman. Woodburn says jerk. Timestamp 1 hour and 7 minutes. Lois thought that she lost her she lost her tail, but they got her. The fact that Clark talked to a priest in this scene is just proof that uh, the values he has is not that of a conqueror, but a friend. The, the flashback scene where Superman is reading, Clark is reading Plato, uh, shows that he's into philosophy and other stuff. And the kids back off when they saw Clark's dad. And this is Pete uh, helping out Clark. Jonathan is teaching Clark how to live as a good man. So this priest is from Smallville, right? So basically, he knows who Clark is, and somehow the the imagery here with the Jesus stained glass with on the background makes uh, a really cool image. Make him Clark appear to be a savior, just like Jesus. But him going to the priest to the church means that he's not uh, above us. He worships God just like we do, and that's pretty cool. So General Swanwick meets Superman for the first time, and the scene. Uh, this is just logical, when an alien comes to Earth, people will really be scared, and the military will take actions to stop you. This is not like Superman 78, where people uh, say he's a cool dude. It's a mess. So we learn that Clark is about 33 years old here, and if he is carrying a virus, uh, he would know. Notice how when Superman broke the cuffs, Swanwick didn't flinch. You must be thinking, I can stop you. Clark learned to be Superman during his trek around the world, around the globe during this time. And that's the difference between Henry's version, with the Christopher Reeve version, where he became a hermit in the Fortress of Solitude for years before he came out as Superman. We must remember that this is post 9/11, so it's but natural for the military to be this untrusting for the alien, for any aliens actually. Timestamp is 1 hour and 14 minutes and 40 seconds. Subcommander Fuara Ol. So it's Roku said it's basically he grew up here on Earth, so he adopted the customs and belief that his parents had. Yeah, that's true. So we go deep in how we treat Superman, not as a caricature of himself of the comic book, but as a real person. Man, Hans Zimmer's sound music is really awesome. Even the simple ones. Zod expects Kal-El to be more Kryptonian, but basically he's more human than Kryptonian. So I'm thinking, since whatever is happening to his bodies has to run its course, Superman can survive the Kryptonian atmosphere after this, right? So we're in Superman's mind. Zod is explaining who he is. So this is the explanation of how they survived the Phantom Zone. And somehow the destruction of Krypton freed them from the Phantom Zone. So the outpost that Krypton, the Kryptonian died without they couldn't survive without Krypton's atmosphere. But who knows how many scout ships were sent out They so Zod, whatever drove him, thinks that the codex is inside Clark's capsule. Oh, look at that black Superman costume. He's so militaristic. His reasoning for everything. It's like if Zod were to lead, it will be martial law. So is this character Devem? Lois is a brilliant reporter. The command key is where the AI came from. Yeah, their uniforms are uh, really nice to look at. The phantom drives are essential to stopping them. Timestamp is 1 hour and almost 26 minutes. So we change the configuration of the atmosphere. That was the plan for Cal to be the bridge between humans and Kryptonians. You can save all of them. Somehow, Superman learning to use his powers is fun to watch. Imagine yourself seeing a spaceship landing in your farm, landing in your front door. That's scary. That's what aliens do. They probe your mind. This is more X Files than comics. Man, General Zod looks intimidating. Jor-El really did a great job of hiding the codex. Do not threaten my mother. Battle of Smallville has started. You think you can threaten my mother? My shit. The destruction. We see how Clark is a newbie in fighting aliens. Zod's senses is going wild. Clark sort of learn how to control, how to hone his senses throughout for 33 years. More than 30 years, he was learning how to do that. While Zod, this is the Zod's first experience of his powers running wild. But imagine someone like Zod, who has military training, uh, will do to the world with his powers. Battle of Smallville is in full gear. Clark still cares for the people. I wonder why the betas think that he doesn't. I mean, this is practically Superman day one. Colonel Hardy, Cole Sign, Guardian. It's the big guy is called Namek, uh, one of those Kryptonians with General Zod. Timestamp is almost 1 hour and 33 minutes. Fawara Faraul is just hopping like a human grasshopper. And there we have it. Pete Ross recognized Clark. Pete, Pete Ross knows who Superman is. Pete Ross. Morality is an evolutionary advantage. Those who lack it is kind of like what? Just like an animal. Imagine two versus one. Man, that heat vision. How about the guy in blue? Engage all targets. He's he saved Colonel Hard. Oh, what? He saved the pilot somehow. This bite, man. Her strength, her speed. The soldiers uh, can't beat her, while Superman is fighting Namek. Remember Namek from Dragon Ball Z? That smile, man. The only advantage Clark has is, of course, he adapted to Earth since he was young. A good death is its own reward, and that's how fascist thinks. For every human saved, they will kill thousands more. Man, a flying locomotive is like, whoa. I feel like this is Battle Los Angeles. Anyway, the soldiers are going to Superman, and Hans Zimmer's music is playing on the background. Man, they know uh, who's on their team or not. Yeah, timestamp is almost 1 hour and 40 minutes. So we see Martha uh, collecting the photo albums in her house. Somehow she survived. The house didn't. Nice suit, son. Well, I'm with Martha there. It's only stuff, and it can always be replaced. Zod's people has no interest in sharing this earth. They are actually the DNA of all Kryptonians. It's bonded into Superman's cell. This is how evil Zod is. He'll stop at nothing. He'll stop at nothing to get what he wants. And what he wants is, of course, the return of the Kryptonian culture. Release the world engine. Mach 24 is very fast. Timestamp 1 hour and 42 minutes and 30 seconds. The world engine is in the Indian Ocean, while the other ship, the other half of the ship is in Metropolis, over Metropolis, and the Battle of Metropolis has begun. Wow, this invasion is in full gear. Yes, it looks cool, but it's terrifying, Brogu. Really terrifying. Mass panic. This kind of destruction uh, is supposed to be what uh, happened in Avengers 1, right? But it was, I don't know, some kind of. So basically, the Kryptonians are terraforming Earth to be another version of Krypton. It w- Superman? The alien, sir. That's what they're calling him. Superman. Yep, that's the first time people called Clark Superman. So basically, Superman is using a missile trajectory path to go from Metropolis to the Indian Ocean. That's how fast he'll need to go. Man of Steel has so many similarities with John Burns' Superman comic back in the 80s. Excuse me. Zod is training himself to adapt to Earth's atmosphere. He's beginning to adapt to Earth's atmosphere. That's how brilliant Zod is. So every Kryptonian scout ship has a Genesis chamber. So it's all about power and authority for Zod. So basically, the Kryptonian world engine is Brainiac tech. Man, the panic, the devastation, uh, the battle for Metropolis is this is Brainiac tech. Look at that symbol. Zack really knows his stuff. He knows the source materials. Oh man, how many buildings were destroyed during this battle? Reminiscence of 9/11. So Zod thinks genocide is the answer. So Zod wants to silence his critics. Typical. Reminds me of someone, right? Man, Zod is such a jerk. Basically, Superman is weaker here in this scene because the world engine is terraforming Earth to be more like Krypton. But somehow he went, he dig, he dug deeper, and well, we all know he won. Is that Jenny Olsen? Joke. Man, they're waiting for Superman to defeat the world engine over the Indian Ocean. And this is how Superman digs deeper and somehow, some way, man, he destroys the world engine just like ha, just like Superman would. Yes. Well, you saw the Brainiac symbol, and Z- Zod's plan uh, is finished. Notice that Swanwick, who who is revealed to be Martian Manhunter in ZSJL uh, is just observing Clark uh, helping out the Earth. He's touching the sun. Yep. Uh-oh. The key won't enter. The package is not armed. I repeat, the package is not armed. Timestamp is 1 hour and 56 minutes. Ooh. It's Phantom Zone time. That's right. Sin, it's Phantom Zone time. Target locked. So if you destroy the ship, you destroy Krypton. Krypton has its chance. Yeah, this is how Superman destroys Krypton. Man, I'm thankful that Netflix USA has showed this film on their platform. Krypton had its chance. Emil Hamilton uh, doing the right thing and straightening the Phantom Zone projector, the Phantom Drive. It's more buildings than what was destroyed in the Avengers. That's one of the complaints MCU fans had for Man of Steel. Oh, so do you think Emil Hamilton uh, and Guardian is still in the Phantom Zone now? But Krypton still lives because Kal-El has the Codex. He is the Codex. True. If he has if he ever has children with Lois, then every child they sire will be half Kryptonian. Yep, agree. Brogo and I agree with Sin Havoc. So the timestamp is 2 hours. Emil Hamilton, Guardian are alive and in the Phantom Zone along with Fiora That's true. I hope Man of Steel 2 gets made, and we'll see, right? Of course, Cell is the way. Kal-El is still good. I mean, like he he appears to be consoling his enemy, while Zod is so angry. So that's the reason of an or autocrat. Cell is the way. Snyderverse includes everything, including Man of Steel 2. Yeah, this is how Zod became a monster in Superman's eye. Man, this scene alone is awesome. Imagine Zack Snyder connected this scene, the Battle of Metropolis, with BVS. Lex score is literally all over Metropolis. So that's the finality of this moment. Either Superman dies or Zod dies. And yep, Lex Luthor was originally supposed to be in Man of Steel towards the end. I see. That's that should have been awesome, man. On a farm, that was an insult. I mean, so he shed off the armor, and he practically looks like Alan Moore's Kid Miracle Man here. Superman didn't care for collateral damage because Zod was not really letting him uh, decide where the fight will be. And this is awesome. Zod went beast mode. Superman was gonna cause damage regardless. Yeah, this reminds me of the fight scenes in the comic during the John Byrne era, where Superman is always causing damage, property damage, with his fight with his villains. Brogu said Bruce Wayne is down there holding the little girl and looking up at Superman and the general fighting, and his anger is growing. Yes, that's how great Zack's director prowess is. You see Wayne Enterprises and Gordon Godfrey's building. Yes, G. Gordon Godfrey's from Jack Kirby's The New Gods. So basically, this is an irresistible force meets an immovable object. Superman had no choice but to break Zod's neck. He couldn't really fly him off because, yep, and that act alone made him more remorseful. That's the difference between Cal and Zod. Havoc said Gordon G. Gordon Godfrey is one of Darkseid's disciple, along with Desad and Granny Goodness. Yes. Okay, we're in the part where Superman destroys the drone tracking him. Are you effing stupid? He destroyed the $12 million hardware. He grew up in Kansas. He's about American as it gets. So this is something that the betas ignored. That because Brightburn was in grew up in Kansas, and he was really bad. Well, that's Ganosho for you. It's kind of hot, right? Right, right, right. Captain Ferris. I don't think so. Martian Manhunter and Star Sapphire. Forget your satellite. Right. So we're in the final scenes where Clark is playing with his dog as his dad and mom watches him. Brightburn was trash. Yeah, it was trash. It sent the message that Superman is evil, and it's the no shows pet project. Yep. So how fast do you think Clark is uh, riding his bike? This was a flop. Brightburn was a flop. Flop after flop after flop. James Gunn should be used to uh, having flops. Welcome to the planet. Remember, Steve Lombard was created in the 70s to be this sports jock, reporter, bully of Clark Kent. Correct. It's called Upwards Failure. Gano show will flop after flop. Glad to be here, Lois. And that smile, man, you really smiled a lot. So this this is the first DCEU movie, and it was really very good in my book. And yeah, uh, do follow me in my social networks: YouTube, Twitter, X, Tumblr, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, and my next uh, my next stream watch along is tomorrow with uh, Monarch Legacy of Monsters episode 4. Yeah, before I watch it, I'll watch episode 5 next time, but I'll be doing my watch along from Apple TV. So that's it for today, and see you again. Peace, believers.